Hello, cocktail fans. You found us again. It's the Drunken Sailor Cocktail Channel. I am Bill, your Drunken Sailor, and I want to thank you for joining us and thank you for coming back. If it's your first time here, I hope you enjoy it. Stick around to the end. You're going to see a very, very tasty cocktail. And to make sure that you see all the other cocktails we've got coming, make sure you hit that subscribe button right there. Leave us a like, leave us a comment, let us know what you think. And we're going to make a cocktail today that was originally made for the John Dory Oyster Bar by a bartender by the name of Don Long. And unfortunately, since then, the Oyster Bar closed in 2019 or so. But we are making the cocktail called the Wah-hah-kah-nee. So let's get pouring. We're going to make this in a shaker. And the Wah-hah-kah-nee is actually a riff of a Margarita style cocktail. We're using two different liqueurs to it. Today we're using Mezcal, which is a smokier version, a little bit smokier version of Tequila. We're using a Blanco Tequila. We're going to use, of course, some freshly squeezed lime juice. We're going to use a honey syrup to sweeten it up. And we've got a little secret ingredient to add a little bit of kick and spiciness in there. So first off, we are going to use 1 ounce of Mezcal. We're using Velveeta today. And while Mezcals are very smoky, the Velveeta tends to be more of a roasted agave flavor than super smoky. So this one should be pretty good. Our next ingredient in there is a Blanco tequila. We're using the Milagro Silver, one of our favorites. You've seen it here before. 1 ounce. Next going in there is 3/4 of an ounce of freshly squeezed lime juice. We're got to use the freshly squeezed because you know fresh is best. And next ingredient in there, we're using honey syrup. That's our sweetener. We're going to use a 3-to-1 ratio of honey to water. You're going to heat that up, just kind of incorporate the two of them. You make the honey syrup version versus using straight honey, because what happens if you use straight honey, as soon as we put ice in there, it just turns into a solid and it just doesn't mix very well in there. 3/4 of an ounce. Next comes our secret ingredient that I told you about. Normally you put it in by dashes. We're going to put some Angostura Bitters in there. We are going to use just a 1/2 teaspoon in there. That's going to add some of those flavors and spices that you won't see in the tequila itself. The other different thing that we do with this is we're going to put some grapefruit oils in here. But instead of espressing the oils over there like we normally do, we're going to get a little bit of oil in that way. We're going to drop that in the shaker. Now we need to ice this up. By putting that peel in and shaking it, we now are doing what we call, not necessarily we're doing what is called a Regal Shake. So let's put the top on that and give it a Regal. We've got the sides condensed. That tells us we're chilled. We've used a crushed ice in there the sharp edges on that ice help break down, almost like muddling, to get that grapefruit oil in there. Now, all we got left to do is pour on this. We've had our Coupe glass off to the side. We've had it chilling with some ice and water. We need to dump that out. We're going to take our strainers. We're actually going to double strain this cocktail. We want to keep that peel out of there. And we pour. And for garnish on this, all we've done is we've taken and cut a peel of the grapefruit in the shape of a coin. We float that on there, and there is the Wah-hah-kah-nee cocktail. Oh, that one's good. It's kind of got a dry taste to it. You have a tequila and the smoky roasted flavors of the Mezcal going in there, but you're picking up some spices that come from those bitters. Clove, even cardamom a little bit in there. The honey sweetens it up, and this one you'll really enjoy. You might not be able to say it, but you're sure going to like it.